This is CKDMJ. I'm going to be doing a review of a new to me Kawasaki Brute Force 300 today. Did a ride video the other day. It's probably pretty boring. If it was fun for me, I was riding it, but it might be pretty boring for those that were watching it. But I figured, hey, I'll spend a couple of minutes doing a review on this thing and put it out and see if it is any use to anybody. Anyway, let's get on with it. There she is. Alright, we'll start up here with the controls. So turn it on, you have on, and then you have on with lights. I don't know, maybe some people like driving without lights, I don't know. We have a clock right here. It's kind of a pain because it's only in 24-hour time. It doesn't do AM and PM, so you have to be military or from another country to really understand it. It's 13 now. I know that's 1. That's easy math. But anyway, right here, we have miles per hour. You got your fuel gauge over here. Temperature gauge is here. Right here is the miles that you've driven. This is neutral light, reverse light. This is low range transmission light, and this is the brights indicator. And then you have 2 different buttons here to reset the tripometer, to change from the odometer to the tripometer, to set the clock, and that type of thing. The keys, normal 4-wheeler keys. They got a key with a big old rubber thingy around it. All right, now controls. Let me move over here. So controls, we have a strange parking brake. This is off, and that is on. And that goes to the rear brakes. No complaint, I mean it's odd, but it works. Up here we have our light controls. We have parking lights, then we have dims, and then we have brights. This is the starter button here. This is the engine kill button on the same side. Choke is down under here. Let me see if I can, there we go. Yeah, that's the choke right here. Still carbureted. I don't know how anything in today's day and age is carbureted, but it is carbureted. And then there's this yellow button that says override. I had to actually look this up to see what that is. Apparently, these automatic CVT transmissions can go backwards as fast as they can forwards, and to make them safer, they put a rev limiter while you're in reverse. So you can't go 40 or 50 miles an hour backwards. Makes sense, I guess. Except for you can push this little yellow button and it overrides that. And then you can go 40 or 50 miles an hour backwards. I don't get it. Anyway, we got rear brakes over here. And then if we switch to this other side, we got our throttle. We got our front brakes. And that's pretty much it for the controls. We got our gas tank right here behind the instrument cluster. 3.7 gallons, I believe, is what it holds. Right over here, we have our gear selector. All the way here at the top is low range. Come back 1, high or regular. Back 1 more is neutral. And then back again, you're in reverse. So pretty simple. There's that logo, Brute Force 300. Down here, below the engine, we have a pedal. This is rear brakes. You can work those with your feet. Pretty handy. Let's push this bad boy forward so I can get behind it. All right, this is from the back. That's our tail lights there. You have a running lamp and a brake lamp. The outside lamps are running lamps. The inside lamps are brake lamps. Down below, it has a spot for trailer ball hitch, so you can pull small trailers up to 500 pounds and a 35-pound tongue weight. Got a single disc brake caliper on the back, a solid axle, and a solid, I don't know if you can see it in the light, but at 1 solid coilover shock on the swing arm. And then the muffler is up under there, tucked away nice and neat. As we move up, we got a reflector, and then we got a rack back here behind the seat. The back rack is rated to hold up to 60 pounds. And apparently this quad is made with different names and slightly different specs. And all the other manufacturers that sell this quad claim this to be like they claim the racks to hold more weight. So they say that Kawasaki might have underrated them. You got a nice seat here, nice and comfy, nice and big, ample room. I'm 6 foot tall and I feel right at home on this quad. No problem at all. My knees don't have any issues. Seat's comfy. I can even ride with my little one around the yard, no problem. Coming up here, right there where my foot is, that is a cup holder right beside the gear shift. A very odd cup holder that only holds certain things. Let me turn these lights off. Up here in the front we got another rack. This one is supposed to hold 40 pounds according to Kawasaki. And then right here in the middle is a nifty little box. You pull these little rubber tabs and then you can open this up and it's a little compartment. And then this here is another sub compartment. You can open this up. This whole thing comes out with a Velcro piece of Velcro. But you can open this up and put stuff in it that you want to keep extra dry. This does have a rubber seal around the edges of it. But it has this as well, so I guess that's just extra security for something you want really, really dry. It's big enough. Let me see if I can pan down here. It's big enough. I have a safety kit in here, a little first aid kit and some gloves. But, I mean, you could easily fit 2 or 3 bottles of water in there. So, pretty good, ample room. Then when you want to close it, you just pull those little rubber doohickeys back, and you're good. All right, down here below the grill, right here, there's actually a winch mounting plate. From what I've seen, you just trim out the bottom part of the grill right here, and it's a wind mounting bracket, and you can put a winch down there from the factory. Does not come with any wiring to the best of my knowledge, but it'll mount right up and you can run the wires yourself. Might come in handy. As far as logoing, you'll see one Kawasaki logo here on the handlebars. You'll see one right there on the back fender, kind of small. And then the last one, it's barely marked, and you may not even be able to see it, is in the grill. It's the same color as the grill, and it's just an embossed Kawasaki logo. And that's all the logos other than the Brute Force 300 logo. It's got a good amount of suspension room here. Again, I'm 220 pounds, 6 foot tall, and when I ride it, it's very comfortable. It seems to, I haven't bottomed it out at all. It seems to take all the bumps in stride with no problem. One of the cons I've seen, oh, by the way, it does have down here a pull start. So if your battery's dead, you can actually pull start it, and it locks into place, which I thought was really cool. You have to turn it to unlock it, then you can get it out and pull start it. And then when you're done, you push it back, rotate it clockwise to lock it back into place. But in that same area, right above that, you can see there's an exhaust with a metal cover over it. That metal cover gets really, really hot. My little boy was riding on the front with me, and it actually melted the inside of his shoe. And when I've been riding by myself and just giving it the guts, you could feel it on your leg. It is pretty warm. Now, I don't think you have to worry about burning yourself as an adult riding it, but it definitely gets warm and can be pretty uncomfortable if you're really getting into it and heating it up. It's got reflectors on it as well. The red on the back, orange on the front, just like a bicycle or a motorcycle. Oh, almost forgot this part. Right here. You got a power point. So you can plug something in there to charge it or run a GPS or something. Pretty convenient, and it's a good place to put it too, because it's right up here by your front rack and by this little compartment. So you could mount a GPS up here on your rack and plug it in there. Or if you needed to charge your phone, you could actually just put it right here in this little trunk area and run the cord out here to charge your phone. Pretty smart, I thought. It was. I mean, it's very convenient. Tires, I don't know much about quads, so if you know about quads, you probably already know all there is to know about the tires. They're called Maxxis. Seem to be pretty good. The fronts are knobby and kind of tall and round, and then the back tires are more kind of square. We'll go around the other side and be able to see them a little bit better. But here, a little bit different tread pattern. The tread is a little wider. The tires are a little bit wider, and they're not as like balloony and round. They're more of a flat profile. But I think that is about it for the Kawasaki Brute Force 300. So would I suggest this one? Sure, if you're new to quads like me, I think you'll really enjoy this one. It seems to pull really good. It's hard to get it stuck. I've been pushing the limits on it and haven't found the limits of it yet. It is two-wheel drive, so it's not going to be able to do things a four-wheel drive can do. But also, it is significantly less than pretty much any quad that you could buy as an adult to ride. So that's something in itself. So, for the money, you really can't beat it. You really can't. If you've been into quads for a while and you're like an advanced quad kind of person, you probably won't like it because it doesn't have four-wheel drive. It doesn't have a 700 or 1,000 cc engine. It doesn't have a lot of the bells and whistles some of the really big and frankly expensive quads have. Yes, you can spend twice this money or twice this money plus $2,000 and get something way nicer, way bigger, way faster. But again, we're talking, just over the $4,000 mark as far as price goes. So I personally don't think you can beat it. From what I found, there's not really much out there in that price range. And so far, it's pretty nice. I've dug into this one a little bit, and it turns out Kymco makes that particular, which is a Taiwanese motorcycle and go-kart company. They also make the tracker that Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's sells, and a couple of other brands as well. So basically, this Brute Force is the same exact quad as the Tracker 300. Now I know there's the Kymco model doesn't have the low range. I don't know about the Tracker and the other American version of it, but the Kawasaki does have the low range, which is I found it pretty handy. It can get up some stuff. It doesn't go very fast, but it can pull you up some stuff that's pretty rough. But anyway, that's my review of the Kawasaki Brute Force 300. Hope you enjoyed, and I hope this helps you make your decision if you're looking at getting one of these. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop them by. I've had this, and it's financed, so I'm going to have it for a long time. My son loves it. He wants me to give him a ride every 5 minutes. But yeah, give me a ring or a comment or something if you have any questions, and I'll let you know how it's going with the Brute Force. All right, watch some more of my videos, please. And like and subscribe and all that awesome stuff that awesome people do. Remember that. Awesome people like and subscribe. All right. See ya.